So this is an exercise that teaches how to transition between the 3 different hand positions. And there's 4 different transitions. So regardless of the martial art you do, if you're using the ring for conditioning or technique training, you're going to need to be able to transition between these 3 different hand positions. So you have the outside, the inside, and then a weaved hand position. You can get to the weaved hand position from the inside and the outside. The transition is just different. So I'm going to demonstrate how to go from the outside position to the inside. So from here, I'm actually going to circle my hands in and then out into a palm up position. From here, circle and up. So my hand is making this action, just like this. Okay? As if someone's pushing your hand in, and in order to not be trapped, you circle and come back up. So from here, circle and come up. Now, to transition from the inside to the out, you're going to start here and then do the same action, the same motion, but you're going to change the contact point from the outside of the wrist to the inside of the wrist. From here and then up. It's important to note that the hands are making that same, they're moving in the same direction, except for the contact points are changing from one side of the wrist to the other. Why this is important is because if you go this way, you will likely hit yourself in the face. So to avoid that, circle into out. So from here into out, from here into out. And you can keep working that back and forth. Okay, so you have out to in and in to out. Now, how do we get to the weaved hand position? So from the outside, I'm going to dissect. So what I mean by dissect is I'm going to go from this position and I'm going to dissect down the center line like that. So my outside hand, let's say my left hand, is going to cut straight down inside the ring. My other hand is going to disengage and slide up to the center line. So it looks like this. From the outside hand position, dissect. And you can come to the center line position like this, or you can go to the horizontal palm up position right after. It's up to you, depending on what technique you're going to be training after that. So from here, I'm going to slide down, disengage, and slide through. Okay, so that's transitioning from the outside to the weaved hand position. Now let's look at the inside to the weaved hand position. So from here, I'm going to disengage my left hand and I'm going to circle my right. And I'm going to end up in this position here. But I like to keep my elbows in, so when I circle around, I'm going to end up here. Okay, so let's look at that a little closer. So from here, I'm going to disengage this hand, I'm going to circle this hand around and bring it up. Now, practical application of this, in my system, we like to call it changing the bridge or changing the point of contact. If someone strikes, I'm going to make that first contact, and then this hand is going to come back to protect. A lot of different arts will do this. When one hand goes out, the other hand will come in to protect. So if my hands are in front of me, on guard position, regardless of how you're doing it, one's going to go out to make that first point of contact. The other one's going to come in. Now I'm going to move that strike away and then change the point of contact to my other hand. So that's how this translates practically to the ring. So from here, I'm going to disengage this hand as this hand goes out to meet and then come through and change the point of contact. So that's how we go from the inside of the ring to the weaved hand position. So those are 4 different transitions for the 3 different hand positions. Work on that and enjoy your rattan ring training.